Hello, welcome to our Wednesday devotional. Thank you for taking the time to spend with me as I share with you just a couple of thoughts that I think may help us today. Just last week, I was listening as the president gave a speech. All the things that are taking place today, the war in Ukraine, now this horrible attack on Israel, Hamas going in there, and the hundreds of people, now over 1,000, who've been proclaimed dead at their hands. What horrible times these are. And trying to figure out what the responsibility of the United States is. So I wondered as I listened to him for just a few minutes, and I heard some of the things that he said that I do not agree with. I asked myself, what would I do if I were the president? And we think, oh, I know what I'd do, but are you sure? You see, he gets advice from many people, and if I were president, I would get advice from as many people as I possibly could. But I'm not sure what I would do. I know some things I would do differently than he's doing. But I'm thankful that as a Christian, no matter what I do, whether it has to do with being important like the president or just living a normal life like we do, we have the promise from God that the psalmist had, as I see in Psalm 121, verse 2. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. So today I want to remind you, you know this, I'm sure, but I want to remind you that we can have help from the Lord. Very often we live our lives without availing ourselves of his help. We live our lives without asking him for help. We live our lives thinking we know what's best, but we can have help from the Lord. We're like the psalmist. We can say, my help cometh from the Lord. What decisions do you have to make? Are you asking God for his help in your decisions? What do you have to do that seems to be above your pay level, above your pay grade, above your strength physically or emotionally or even physically and spiritually? What do you have to do? Are you asking for his help? We can say, my help cometh from the Lord. We need to seek his help when things are going rough. We need to seek his help when things are going fine. But that's the first thought, is this: we can have his help. The second thought is this: we don't have to use his help. We can try to do everything on our own. I think about our students in our school and how a teacher tries to help them. A teacher gives instructions and says, here's what I want you to do. Here's how you do this problem, or here's how you do this homework, or here's how you write this paper, and gives them instruction. Supposing a child listens and follows the instructions, he or she is apt to do a pretty good job. But if that student decides, nah, I don't like that way, I think I'll do it my way, he or she is apt to have a problem. That's how we are as Christians. Our help comes from the Lord. We can follow his help, ask his help, avail ourselves of his help, or we can do it our own way. There's a commercial now that talks about have it your way or something. We can do it our way, but we ought to follow God's way. The fact is, we are foolish, have something to do, and we don't do it God's way. The psalmist said, Psalm 121, verse 2, my help cometh from the Lord. Who is the Lord? He is the one, he says, which made heaven and earth. If anybody can help it, it is he. God made the world. God made the universe. God made us. He can certainly help us, and he wants to. I want to encourage you today, no matter what you're doing, no matter how small or how large it seems, no matter whether you think you can do it yourself on your own, or you think you could never do that project, realize what the psalmist said and take advantage of that for yourself. Psalm 121:2, my help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. I'm so glad I can tell you that if you're saved, your help can come from him. Avail yourself of his help. Ask him for his help. Follow his guidance. Do what he says to do. Behave like he wants us to behave. My help cometh from the Lord. Boy, I sure don't want to cut that off. I'm thankful for his help. Now you have a great day. God bless you.